Welcome back Venomites to another video in which today I am doing a guide on how to terraform landscapes in your own Minecraft world or server with the use of one of the best creative mods, which is called World Edit. If you're unfamiliar on World Edit, it's basically a mod which lets you edit your own world so you can quickly edit a specific region or area. So let's get started. Before we use any commands, we need a brush, so I'm going to get an arrow and a few other things which we'll need later on the video. We also need to find a good enough area so we can terraform the landscape to make it feel more lively. Once we have found an area in which you like, we need to get started on removing some trees with a few different commands, so we can get the general idea on what part of the landscape we wish to extend. So what I'm going to do is select the blocks from the trees I wish to remove so I can get the block IDs from them, and also I'm going to grab the oak logs and the leaves as well as the birch leaves and logs. Once we have the blocks, simply open up the creative menu and hover over the blocks you just obtained and take note on the block IDs, as that is very important. Now we have the information from them. Make sure you equip your arrow and type the following command: /BR sphere and air. This command lets us generate a sphere filled with air, which is basically an eraser brush. The next command we need to do is /mask space and then the block IDs we've just obtained, followed by a comma, then the next block ID, comma, the next block ID, until all the block IDs are done. Now we have this, you can now right click a tree from any distance and it will be removed. The next thing we need to do is remove some grass and flowers. Simply collect any grass or flowers that you find and grab them so we can get the block IDs. Now we have all the block IDs, we are going to do the same thing as before. Open up your creative menu and take notes on the block IDs as you hover over them. With your new IDs you have just obtained, we are now going to do a different command, which is /mask and then the block ID just obtained, followed by a comma, and then followed by the block ID again, and so on. Once the mask is applied, you can then right click an area and it will remove the block IDs which will set on your mask. As you can see, there is no greenery, which is good for now. The next thing we need to do is set all of our area to grass. All you need to do is simply set your brush to grass with the command /brush sphere grass, and also set the mask to match the blocks you wish to get rid of, which is the exact same method we did a second ago. The next thing we need to do is get a sword as well as redstone dust and gunpowder, so we can use these for different brushes. The first brush will be applied to our sword, so type the command with the sword equipped /BR sphere sand 3. And now equip your redstone dust and type the following command /BR sill sand and then 6. So now once we've got that, make sure you get your sword out now and go ahead and right click an area and it will generate a sphere full of sand. So what I'm going to do is create a lot of these spheres on where I want to expand on. Make sure you use a redstone brush as it kind of smooths the land just a little bit so you can give the landscape a bit more of a curve effect. It's not going to look as smooth just yet, so what we're now going to do is equip our gunpowder and type the following command /BR smooth. When you right click with this brush, it will smooth the land, and this is very important so we can give it a nice effect. So far we have a massive smoothed out land full of sand, in which we are going to change right now. In order to do this, bring out your arrow, have it equipped and type the following command /BR sphere grass. Once we have done that, we're also going to do another command, so make sure you type /mask sand. Now we have this, go ahead and right click on the sand we've created with the arrow equipped and it will change to grass. So now we can change all the sand we've created to grass. That is exactly what we need. We are now going to make a little pond. In order to do this, we need to remove our current redstone dust and get a new one. Now we need to type the following command with the redstone dust equipped. /br sphere air 3, and make sure the mask is disabled. You know if it's disabled or not by typing /mask. If it says enabled, then make sure you type the command in again, and then it should disable. Now once we've done that, we're going to right click on the land we have made, and what it does is create holes. So we need to make a few holes in the ground, but don't make too many, and we're going to make a little bit of a shape out of this, but again, don't do too many holes. We need it kind of like a curve effect. The next thing to do is to get yourself another arrow and type the following command /br smooth. Now you want to right click and smooth out the edges with the arrow. I am also going to smooth out myself by just using my hand, so it kind of brings the pond to life. At the minute we see that our pond is basically covered with dirt and grass. We are going to change that in just a moment. In order to change the grass and dirt into a different block, we need a colour palette. This is important because just using one block will look a little bit odd, so we need a gradient to this. The palette that I'm going to be using is sand, dirt and gravel, as this will make a very nice effect. Next we need a brush, so in this case I'm using a wooden sword, and we need to do a command, and our command that we're going to be using is /br sphere, and then our blocks, which is going to be sand, gravel, dirt. Make sure you have your sword equipped again, and this time we are going to use a different command, which is called /mask dirt, grass, and then simply right click the floor of our river until it's covered. If there are any blocks on the topmost layer, I just replace it with grass. We now have an empty pond, so now we can add in some water. Before we use the command, make sure that you have positioned yourself on where you want the water to be, and then type the following command /fill water 5. Repeat this on all sides up to the point where it's all filled. Then once you've done that, that's about it. We now have a little pond. The next thing we need to do is add some greenery. In order to do this, we need to get another sword so we can create another brush and mask. The command we need to use is a bit complicated than the others, but don't worry, as it will generate grass. Type in the following command with the sword equipped, /brush sphere, then 20% 31:1, 20% 31:2, then 60% air and 6. And now we need another command for the mask, which is /mask then greater than 2. Now you can right click an area and it will generate grass only on grass blocks, and that's about it. The last thing we need to do now is add in some acacia trees, as personally it's my favourite because it just brings everything to life. Add in some bone meal to that, and that's about it. You are done. Sorry that I haven't been uploading as much as I used to. It's mainly because there's no point on uploading something if I'm not enjoying it. But nevertheless, thank you for watching, and if you found this useful, make sure you leave a like and tell me what you think about this video by leaving a comment down below, as I know this is different from any of my videos. If you want more Minecraft content, then make sure to subscribe with notifications on and become a Venomite today by subscribing as well. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.